Thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this video. This will lead into our in-service next Tuesday, January 19th. Please make sure to take special note of the things that you need to bring with you, as well as some things I would like you to think about prior to that in-service. Reminder that's been in staff notes regarding our artifacts. Artifact 1.1, which is the standard, or the SLO, the Student Learning Objective. I'm going to tell you that I told you it was due the 19th. I'm going to make it due February 1st. That needs to be based on any assessment that will help you determine where students are. Remember to classify them as high, medium, or low. Label it as Artifact 1.1 when you upload it to Standard for Success. Please remember to continue to collect artifacts for 1.2 through 3.5. You don't need to do anything for Competency 2. Those are due in Standard for Success on May 26th. Assuming we do not have an extended school year because of snow, that would be the last staff work day. I want to remind you to continue to use technology in your classroom 3 times a week. For many of you, that is using laptops, but there are certainly other avenues and tools students could be using that involve technology in your classroom a minimum of 3 times per week. An update on what's going to happen with your PCs, which is your desktop as well as your laptop. They're going to be replaced this coming summer. The PCs will be replaced with newer PCs or new PCs, and your laptop will be replaced with a Chromebook. That Chromebook will be similar, if not identical, to Chromebooks that students in grades 3 through 6 currently have. They stay at school, they do not go home. Current freshmen have, and freshmen next year, our current 8th graders, will be getting. The idea is that new Chromebooks will come to Uri Middle School students in the fall of 2017 to match what you have, so you'll have them about a year ahead of time to work and practice. If you're saying, what is a Chromebook? It looks just like a laptop. The difference is everything is web-based on that Chromebook. There are no Microsoft Word or anything like that. Everything goes through a web server, so Google would be the primary source we would be using there. Also, some of the people have asked me about John Baguki. He plans to return from New Zealand, hopefully in early February, and return to us in early to mid-February. Target date is somewhere around the 9th of February, hopefully. National Digital Learning Day is coming up a month from now, February 17th, which is a Wednesday. The concept, the idea, the vision, every student will use technology as a learning tool in every class throughout the day. That means students will be using technology. Again, that does not mean a laptop necessarily, but for many cases it will be. Last year, the first time we did this, I thought the first time was absolutely outstanding. We certainly found some glitches with the internet pipe, but we were able to work through those. You guys were very patient and did a great job. We did something a little bit on smaller scale this fall. This spring, I'd like to see us grow from what we did last spring and make it even bigger and better. Not only to help you with that, but to help you grow and begin to use and utilize the tools that are available to you in Canvas. We're going to start Tech Tuesdays the first and third Tuesday of each month, and that will start next month. That is Tuesday, February 2nd. It's from 3 to 3:45 in the large group instruction room. The focus that Andy Stegmiller is going to use will be what is available to you in Canvas, how do I set it up, how do I assign assignments, so on and so on. We'll start at the beginning and work our way forward. Some of you have been using Canvas, and if you say, I already know how to do that, it's certainly not something that you have to go to or anybody has to go to. It's available for you if you want to. It is a 45-minute time frame. That's 3/4 of a teacher leadership point each time, so that's a 1.5 teacher leadership points available to you each month by attending those if you so choose. Lots in the news about iStep. I want to share a couple of charts with you to show our iStep scores, for historical iStep scores, but the main focus would be the cone on the right, which is last year's iStep. You can see language arts 68.5% pass. You can see that's a drop from the previous year. However, if you read state averages, we were well above the state average, I guess maybe below the state average in the percent drop. The percent drop for the state was much higher. In math, you can see that we dropped about almost 40%. The state average was somewhere around 32 to 35%. I've seen different numbers there. We've got some work to do in language arts and math. Both. There is a bill going through the Indiana legislature right now to what they say is hold harmless teachers in schools for last year's ISTEP scores, meaning we'd take the better score from last year, 2015, or 2014. And if you recall from 2014, our school letter grade was a B as in boy. This is what our school letter grade would look like if they made us use this year's score, and I give this to you to show you a couple of things. Specifically in language arts, we had 168 out of 242 students pass. This says 69.4, and if you look back 2 screens, you'd see 68. These are numbers the state's given me, and I know that they differ, and I can't explain that. But based on this graph or this chart, if 170 students out of 242 would have passed, that would have put us at 70%. That would have given us 2 points for performance, which would have bumped our grade up to a C overall. Those 2 students obviously have a huge impact on that score. And you may be saying, but I'm not a language arts or math teacher. What can I do in my class to help? And the key is not to do something new. The key is to take something you're doing and do it a little differently so you can help emphasize skills or some tool that will help students. I want you to be thinking, what can you do differently? And again, not new. I don't want you to add anything. What can you do differently? What can you do to reinforce skills, standards that are being taught in language arts or math? Or to go one step further, the way the test is created. And we're going to be discussing this at length on Tuesday. And you'll see in a second something I'm going to ask you to bring with you, because I want to talk about what you could do to help just students become more familiar with testing format. Tuesday, please bring with you your laptop. Please bring copies of the next 2 or 3 tests or major assessments you plan to give. If you say, well, I don't have a test coming up that I have prepared yet, bring an old test or 2 with you. Some of you may be saying, well, I generally don't give large tests. I give a series of frequent small quizzes or bigger quizzes. Bring a couple of them with you. They can be hard copy. They can be electronic copy. It doesn't make any difference. Shifting gears a little bit, another thing I'd like to have you bring with you is a mental brag list. 1 or 2 items that you have done this year that you want to brag about. I'm not going to ask you to share that with the entire group, so don't be embarrassed about that, but I'm going to talk about something on Tuesday related to that. Things to brag about your class, your students, something creative, novel they've done in class, something that students learned that you didn't anticipate that just blew your socks off. Thank you very much. Have a great evening or a great day, depending on when you're watching this, and I will see you Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the large group instruction room.